But moving on. Speaking of people not, like Jim said, not having support, employees now because of the COVID pandemic and everybody went remote for about a year. I guess some people are still remote because of the pandemic. But we're starting to turn the corner on this COVID virus thing, and we're starting to come back out. America's starting to resurge. People are getting back out in the clubs. Unless you're in Atlanta, you never stop clubbing. But employees they don't want to come back to work. They're scared. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to travel. They don't want to commute anymore. They decide that these employee or government benefits are too good to come back. And if they have a job, if the job is ready for them to hire or want them to come back in the office, they'll just quit or go to another job. Parrish, what do you think about that, man? You think that people are just lazy nowadays? You think that we got a big problem on our hands with workers, employees?
I don't think it's a big problem. Obviously there is, like Jam was saying, just about the last thing we talked about, there's more than one answer to the question. But the angle I kind of look at and what I'm kind of taking from it is I think it's businesses, I think a lot of employees have realized from the pandemic that they were working shit jobs. And some of it is due because maybe they didn't have any skills or they didn't have any other options at the time. But this pandemic has given them other options, whether it's working from home or just changing professions in general. I just know people in the restaurant industry specifically who they're done with the restaurant and they're not going back. They could work a warehouse job and make the same amount of money, if not more, than busting their ass at a restaurant serving tables or something like that. So I do think that this is forcing different professions and jobs, and you see it already. People are offering, $11 an hour plus bonuses, $15 an hour, some jobs. So I do think certain jobs and certain criteria, they're going to have to pay more if they really want people to consider some of these positions. That granted that some people might consider, they're lower wage, non-skilled positions, but if you want people to work them, you're going to have to give them more, you have to give what's considered more of a better living wage, because people just can't make it off of, $6, $7, $8 an hour anymore.
That's a fact.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this, man. This is what has been happening. When the pandemic came, companies found it that they could fire people with no justification and get away with it and cut their bottom line. And then with the people, they found that they could make more money by being unemployed than to go back to work. So now the jobs are hiring back and we need people, but because unemployment has been so good, people just don't want to work.
But I think that's a misnomer, man. Because anybody that knows unemployment, unemployment ain't shit, man. Unemployment is $275 a week, bro.
It ain't right now.
You get an extra $300, bro.
Man,
that's it.
That's
it
right
a
now.
week. That's it. That's all you get. And I'm telling you, as somebody who know, I've been all through. You get $275 a week plus an extra $300 that from the federal government that they get ready to cut off. You know what I'm saying? You talking about $600? What, 600?
About 600
for two,
a week.
A week. Yeah. That ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's because you got bills. But we talking about people that's already getting, rent stipends and all kind of stuff like that. Look, I got people that work at the company, right? They don't want to come to work because they can sit on their butt and get free money and be good. And it's not that the job's not good. I mean, McDonald's and other places are paying big money right now, but they just rather do nothing.
You consider McDonald's a good job, bro?
No, it's not a good job. Saying. It's not. Look,
it's a job, and if somebody who's hungry, who wants to work, who wants to earn, yes, you can get out there. You can work McDonald's. You can go work at Publix doing something. You can get a couple jobs and make something respectable. But I would not consider that a good job. You know,
I'm not considering it a good job. But what I'm saying is some people, they just don't deserve a good job because they haven't went and put themselves in a position to get it. And it sounds cruel and mean, but if you got education that you could get, you got certifications you could get, you even got work history. What happened to people starting at the shit jobs and working themselves up, to make it better. But a lot of people just never really have done anything in life and all they depend on is going out there and hoping that minimum wage continue to get raised up. But there's things that they could do to get paid. They just don't do it.
That's true. I mean, I guess it's both of y'all saying facts, man. Like I think on one end you got people who are struggling and they know that. I mean, like you said, unemployment ain't really shit. I mean, you ain't gonna do. I'm kind of jealous of them, tell you the truth, because I mean, if I could just sit here and not do nothing and make $600 a week, that's great. But I lose my house, I lose my car.
Like, it's cool. Like, yeah, $600 a week for not doing anything. It's great, but you can't live off of that. Not for real. But also in return, you can't live off of McDonald's paying. What was they paying before this? For the bump, like $6, $6.35.
But
where you gonna live as an adult making $6.35? For real, even with no kids, even if you on your own single, like where you living for $6.35?
I know people that's doing it. People that's doing it. Yeah, I mean they've been at McDonald's since we've been kids. See, but that's the thing, man. Like the thing I look at is this: those types of jobs, to be in the bad boy or to be in the whatever, that was cool when we was kids to go get a part-time job.
That's a high school job.
Correct. But if you decided to keep that high school job and not go out there and better yourself, and then now you 40 and you still doing the same thing, I mean, that's kind of on you. Let's not look at the system to say that we need to pay them more money because they flipping the burger. Like, I mean, I feel like they could have worked themselves up through Hamburger University and gotten paid more if they had some ambition.
I agree with you on that aspect, but at the same time, everything else gets more expensive. Everything. Your housing's more expensive. You know that shit. Housing's out through the roof. Your one bedroom gonna cost you $1,100 now. Even in the shithole town. You know, you can't be in no big city. You know what I mean? Food costs more. They didn't give us money for pandemic. And they say, all the food more expensive. You go to Publix, buy some bread and water.
I'm just telling it to you like this. And I hate to use McDonald's as an example, but somebody that doesn't have the education or the job experience or putting in the work that I'm putting in, they really shouldn't live in my neighborhood. They should go and be living in the cheaper neighborhoods that type of job support. You know, there's a reason why I worked hard and I did move on up, to a bigger house.
But that's my thing. 635 don't support shit. And that's my only argument.
It was 635 back then.
It don't support nothing now though, but the housing market is triple compared to what the pay rate is going up.
Are these people homeless?
Shit, it seems like it. It's homeless.
Are they? But they're not. But what I'm saying,
some of them are. Some of them are.
What I'm saying, but the bulk of them are not homeless. They live in somewhere. They live in life comfortably, and in some cases with less stress and happier than what other people are living.
I think that's. But you're talking about case by case. You know what I mean? Like that's a different scenario.
Yeah, I guess as a whole, the average income in the country is $40,000 for a family of 4 or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I think most of the country is not that well off. I think
and that ain't shit.
But yeah, but I mean,
for a family of 4.
I kind of agree with Jam saying too. Like, if I'm working hard, I made the choices to go to school, and I took the risk and sacrifice to do all this shit to get where I'm at. I don't want to be next door to somebody that work at McDonald's. I mean, it's kind of brutal, but I just don't. I mean, unless they're a millionaire. But I'm just saying, it's kind of hard to accept that. I mean, like neighborhoods. Like if you in a neighborhood, you can afford $400,000 to $500,000, and that's what the starting price for those houses are. You don't want nobody who can only afford $100,000 in your neighborhood. It's just how it is, unfortunately. Not that you look down on somebody who makes less than you, but I'm just saying that's just how America works.
I just think it's a misnomer that people don't want to go back. But people, they make it so much on unemployment. Like the government ain't giving away that much money.
I think it's both, though. I mean, because I could tell you, I know people that don't want to go back and work because of unemployment. I do know people that is really the case, and I ain't talking about just 1 or 2 people. And I also know that there's a lot of jobs out here that's having trouble hiring people because the people don't want to go back because they rather make the free money than to make the money that they have to earn. So I do see, I've experienced both sides. I understand, there's a need for, for government assistance, but unfortunately, there are a lot of people that take advantage of it also that sucks as well.
I'd say who's really profiting from this, if you're 22, 23, fresh out of college, you don't have a job, and you probably living with 2 or 3 other roommates, getting that unemployment, all of y'all, that's a good life right there, man. You just single, everybody.
There's been a couple students that I know that graduated from college this year, and they was like, "Why go out here and get a job?" They've been living on unemployment for was it been a year and a half now? That just been living on unemployment because why go get a job?
I tell you what, like Paris said earlier, man, it's about to end. So
it's about to end. Believe it, that shit is about to end.
Yeah,
enjoy it while you can. I guess that's
I can't be mad at them. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's the game.
I ain't mad at $600. Shit, I take free $600 right now too. But don't tell me I'm lazy. I don't want to go back to work because you giving me $600.
Well, the question is, are you choosing not to go back to work so that you can continue to get the 600? See, that's where I call the laziness. Or maybe is it smart? I don't know. I mean, shoot, if I could sit back and do nothing and get it, is it dumb of me to turn that free money away to go back and, I guess, stress myself out over these jobs? Because I mean, these jobs are stressful. I mean, every job is stressful. It has some sort of degree of stress.
True.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe we the dumb ones because we ain't getting none of that free money. We ain't getting none of it.
I see these people on YouTube, man, living out their vans, man. I think they probably make the right choice. They living out their van, they get $600. They probably make another $200 on YouTube, man. They living the life right now.
But I will say this though, and this is what I think. If you look at things as a business owner, you don't like none of those new rules, man. You don't want to raise minimum wage. You don't want to give, you don't want to give that $600 a week. Now, you don't want none of that. But if you are not a business owner, or if you definitely don't have a job or something, then you want all the free stuff you can get.
Yeah.
That is the cutthroat part of our economic system. Like you if you're the owner, you don't want to pay, a lot. And as an employee, if you're a worker, you want as much as you can get.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the way it is. Everybody, I guess we're in this cycle. We're constantly, but we're Batman and Joker. We're constantly bumping heads, but we need each other.
I leave Mike's torn when I put it on. I leave Mike's torn when I put it on. I leave Mike's torn when I put it on.